Hello there, welcome to Over a Couple of Drinks presents the regulars Game of Thrones Season 7 Eastwatch Episode 5.
Bye. That means there's only 2 left.
Jess hated this episode, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
So I was all ready for a bad episode and I quite enjoyed it, only because I was leaving commentary on Messenger with Jess the whole time.
It gives us really good talking points for moving forward.
It is. So this episode, I think I called it filler with you, but it really isn't. It's more of a bridge between points.
It's not, and that's the thing. It's like, okay, so I started hating this episode because I thought it was fucking boring. And then, like, the more that I sat on it, I just realized that it gave us a lot of information and it just wasn't as, like, go as all the other episodes. So I'm kind of like, I won't watch this one a second time like I have all the other episodes, though.
I might, for the things that I might have missed. There's a lot of knowledge bombs in this one, like way too many knowledge bombs for me to even count, and a lot of good interactions between people. So let's get into it.
What you drinking tonight, Bill?
I'm drinking rum and tea, and it's not great.
And it's not great.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Smith and Forge cider in honor of Gendry's return.
House Baratheon
Joy.
strong, baby.
It's pretty great. So where do we want to start? Do we want to go by location or do we want to go by... This one's a little hard to go by location.
Let's just go by actual show plot, because I have my my commentary along the way, starting with fucking Dragon Execution.
Fucking Dragon Execution.
So first of all, Jaime's okay. Bran pulls him out of the water and basically says, "We're done, but no one's allowed to kill you until I get my fucking castle."
And by the way, dragons are where I draw the line.
Yeah, which is totally Bran. And then Daenerys is all like, "Yo, bend the knee or get burned." And like, Sam's dad is all like, "I'm a Tarly and I'm a dick and I'm not bending the knee." And Tyrion's like, "Come on,
dick on." Sorry.
And Dickon's like, "You got to burn me too." And Tyrion's like, "No, don't be dumb." And then Dany burns him. Just burns him. So there goes another great house, apparently.
Sam's the rightful heir, but he has to die before he can leave the Night's Watch, and I think that only works for Jon.
Yeah, that only works for Jon. Which is the next thing that happened is Jon touches a dragon?
Does it go to Jon or does it go to Sam?
I don't think it goes to Sam. It might go to Jaime and Cersei first. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. It goes to them.
It did Jaime and Cersei part 1, where he's like, "Hey, man,
we can't win this. They got fucking dragons." And the what are they called? He had a great
White Walker?
line. No, not the White Walkers. Oh god, I'm blanking on their names. The barbarians. What are their names?
The Dothraki?
The Dothraki. He goes, "The Dothraki are out there, and it's sport for them. No one can beat them."
Right.
And it was a cool line. And then Jon touches the dragon.
Oh, and Cersei's pregnant.
Oh, pregnant.
Cersei is pregnant.
I don't think we find that out until part 2, because Qyburn was there.
All right. Well,
anyways, pregnant. We're not covering it.
Wah, wah, wah.
Jon touches
Drogon.
Drogon. And this is when I noticed that Drogon acts the same way as the other 2 dragons acted when Tyrion touched them in season 6. And someone's like, "You're stretching for it." I'm like, yeah, but how many interactions do we have with people and dragons that doesn't involve being eaten or burned?
Well, and that was one of the first questions that I was asking. I was talking to Xander. Is I was trying to remember whether or not Tyrion actually met the dragons in the TV show, or if that was just in my mind / memory of the book.
He lets them out.
And then I remember, then I had imagery that went along with it, so I remembered that actually happened. But Tyrion and Jon are the only people who have actually touched a dragon other than Dany.
Yeah, so confirmed.
Not even Jorah the Explorer.
2 out of...
Oh, who came back this episode?
Yeah, Jorah the Explorer came back, which broke up a really touching moment that I wish they'd stop beating around this bush, because Dany full out asks Jon, "Hey, what did Davos mean by getting stabbed in the heart?"
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just tell her. I mean,
just tell her, she'll understand.
Oh, they should have added
bitch laid down in a fire pit.
I wanted Jon to ask, well, what did it mean? I hear stories that you walked through fire, And she goes, "Oh, just if even she goes, that's an
The
exaggeration."
huge.
Yeah, like even if she goes, "That's an exaggeration," so they kind of know, oh shit, they can't die, you know.
Right.
Um,
Sam?
Jorah the Explorer shows back up, and instant jealousy on both Jon and Jorah.
Yes.
So much jealousy.
That's really funny.
And Sam.
And Sam.
Talk about Sam.
Yeah. Oh, are we going to talk about
Sam.
before we get to Sam? We're going to talk about Tyrion. Let's talk about Bran.
Oh, Bran sees
telling
the White
everybody.
Walkers.
Yeah, Bran sees the White Walkers
Big
and
email.
sends out ravens to everybody.
Emails
Or
everywhere.
everybody.
Which I do love the scene of Varys and Tyrion talking. And it's a sealed note to the King of the North. Of course, I haven't read it, Tyrion. So what's it say?
Anything good?
Something about White Walkers. It's just so. I love those two. I'd watch a buddy comedy of them all day.
I would
every
really
day.
do that. So they send that out to like everybody, including like trying to get it across to Jamie. And like so then this is when they decide that they're going to, because we came out of our timeline. This is when they decide they're going to go to King's Landing.
Yep.
And Tyrion's going to have a meeting with Jamie, and that's when Davos meets Gendry.
Yeah, they're gonna have a sit down to talk about a parlay, pretty much, so they can stop fighting to go fight the White Walkers. But the only way they can get the White Walkers is if they bring one back alive. God, there has to be a better plan.
And they feel like they're bringing a White Walker back to Cersei so that she'll believe them, because that's going to work.
That's going to work. And like, so Jorah the Explorer offers to go, and John's like, well, he's not going alone. And she's like, you can't leave. She starts to get all teary-eyed because her boys are leaving. Because she's all like, I like them both.
But I'd like them.
You can't leave. And
This one feels like he's family. Talking about John.
This one feels like he's family, and I kind of want his pants.
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's the thing.
anyways, Davos and Tyrion go to King's Landing.
Yay!
And
that's about it. Really, nothing comes out of that.
like we get the setup of Jaime meeting Tyrion, and like they have a nice brother to brother heart moment. But then the biggest person shows up in the world. House Baratheon still strong, baby.
What?
Woo,
Okay,
Gendry.
I just want to paint a picture for the rest of the audience, all four of you, that I was sitting there watching the show by myself in my living room, and I started slow clapping as we were going down what I'm assuming is Flea Bottom, and you hear
Blacksmithing
things happen, and I'm slow clapping by myself, and then I start hooting and hollering when he actually shows up, and I start laughing when like even Davos makes a comment about him still rowing.
Yeah, I was afraid you'd
And I
still
was
be
like,
ruined.
oh, brilliant.
It's the worst Davos impression. My favorite part though is like he's like, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna have to, and he's like, all right, I'm ready to go. And he's like,
Yeah.
well, you should probably grab one of those swords. He goes, I don't know how to use a sword. All I know how to use, and pulls out this most beautiful fucking war hammer I've ever seen. I'm like, it's so fitting.
So good.
So fitting. And there's another part that with Gendry that is so good that we'll get to later. But the ending of the scene is basically them going back to the boat and getting caught by the gold cloaks. And it's nice seeing Davos like in his element. Because so much of the show is Davos out of his element, being the genuine fool in the sense of, I don't know what's going on, but I'm really trustworthy and smart, and people should listen to me. But like
literally the epitome of fake it till you make it.
Yeah, but like here is him just like by the book, so perfect, because he has an answer for everything that goes wrong. When something goes wrong, he has it, and he's like, oh well, I guess it's still 5 gold dragons. They're like, how old are you? It's 15 a piece. Really? And he just like keeps going, and then like, what's in the boat? And you're like, oh god, we're so screwed. And he just flips it over, fermented crab. And he has a whole spiel about it. And I actually thought it was gonna make him like get food poisoning and have to go leave and poop or something like that. I was expecting that to happen like as a backup plan, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It was just so nice to see Davos win, pretty much.
Yeah. And then Gendry has to smash their faces in because fucking Tyrion just comes strolling up like he's not some fucking dwarf that everybody knows.
With a scar on his face.
with a scar on his face. I mean, God, he could have at least taken off the scar.
Or
Just
hidden.
kidding.
I don't know.
Well,
Just-
that was a joke.
Just in the bush. Just jump in the bush.
Oh yeah, hiding. Yeah,
He could've
hiding
hid-
would have been
he
great.
could've
He,
hid
just
for
kind
5
of
minutes.
decided. Yeah, he kind of just continued strolling by, and you're like, you're a fucking dumbass. For how smart you are, whatever. So then we cut to back to Sansa, or not Sansa. Cut to back to Cersei and Jamie,
was-
or
We'll do Cersei and Jaime, and then jump to Sansa and Arya, and we'll finish them up, and then we'll go back to
to Sam.
our
Did we already do
Sam.
Sam?
We'll go to Sam, and then we'll go to the main crew. So,
Okay.
So
I would not
Cersei,
call them main crew.
Cersei and Jamie talk. She tells them they're pregnant. Jamie's like, "Hey, I talked to Tyrion," and she's like, not even surprised, and you're just like, "Huh?" And she's like, "I knew," and you're like, "If you're so crazy about killing Tyrion, why didn't you do anything?"
Right.
That felt
I
weird.
think she was waiting to see if she could, if Jamie would
was
tell her.
innocent. Yeah. And basically, what's the takeaway? She's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant, and you're the dad. And I'm gonna tell everybody you're the dad, and we shouldn't care what anybody thinks." And they get like a big hug, and she goes, "Don't ever betray me." And Jamie has this look on his face, like, "Oh, sweet God, she is insane,
Yeah.
because she's gonna murder me," you know?
Well, and I feel like I don't know if she's pregnant or not.
No, I don't.
But I feel like if she is, I don't think Jamie's gonna murder her like we all think he is.
No, he is. Trust me. I got feels. I got
I got
feels.
feels.
Hopping up north real quick to the ladies in Winterfell. What up? Again, I really like Sansa in a position of power,
Mhm.
like, because she's doing everything right. And here you see Arya be a creepy fucker.
Yeah.
So everyone's upset that the King of the North is gone, and Sansa is all like, "Hey, chill out. He's coming back. Don't worry." And Arya confronts her and is like, "Hey, you don't want him to come back. You want to be
Yeah.
in charge." And she's like, "How dare you say that?" And he goes, "You're thinking it right now, and you can't help yourself." And you're just like,
And Sansa's probably thinking, "Man, I thought you weren't the creepy sibling."
what the hell, you guys? Am I the only one on face?
Have you been talking to Bran?
Are you on your emo cover band too? Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
But Littlefinger's up to no good.
Littlefinger's up to no good, and Arya's being creepy and just following him around, and he's just basically trying to drive a knife between Sansa and Arya.
Yeah, because he
Not
has
literally, but maybe.
I had to look it up because this was way back in season 1 or season 2. I don't remember which, where Sansa is forced to write a letter in front of Cersei and Littlefinger saying, "I stand with King Joffrey, and our dad was wrong."
Yeah.
And the only letter, this was the only copy of it, and it was sent there. And like when Rob got it, he said something along the lines of, "Sansa wrote this," and the Grand Maester said, I don't remember his actual name. The Maester said, "It's your sister's writing, but it's the Queen's words."
Yeah.
So it's just driving a wedge, and I don't know what Littlefinger is planning, but he needs to hurry up and die so I can feel more comfortable.
Yeah, me too.
That's just it.
That's about it. I just don't want him there anymore.
Sam?
Sam. So, the Citadel gets one of Bran's emails
A
from the
tweet?
birds.
Maybe a
a
Twitter?
tweet. Hit one of his tweets.
We're
You're
so
funny,
original.
Bill.
We're so
You're
original.
so
here.
funny. And they basically don't believe anything that he's fucking saying. And Sam's like, "No, but for serious though, this is right." And they're like, I don't know. And so he's like super fucking mad. And he goes home to Gilly, which I still don't know how they're living together. And she's just like, she's just learning and reading.
Real
and
quick,
doing
before we get to the
Gilly.
knowledge bomb, can we talk about how cute Sam Jr. was with
Sam
the book?
Jr.'s cute, but he's so big.
He's so big, but like he was like, and he gave him a book and he was all excited. And I was like, Dad heart in here. So now you continue with your knowledge bomb. This is the biggest knowledge bomb of all time.
Gilly's just like reading, and she's reading. She's like, it says here in like this information that Prince Rhaegar, what'd she call him? Like she called him something. I think it was Rhaegar.
Rhaegar.
Rhaegar got an annulment from his lawful wife, And then was soon shortly thereafter like married in Dorne, which is where the fucking Tower of the North Star was, or whatever the fuck,
Tower of Pleasure or something like that.
like where Jon was born. So
Jon is now
if
officially.
if you can't connect those dots, Jon is now officially not a bastard, and he is the lawful son of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen, which then means that he is the true heir to the Iron Throne.
Is he? I don't remember the lineage thing.
He is, because he is
the first
next
male.
Because Egg,
Egg is killed.
Mad King Aerys.
Aerys is killed.
Aerys is killed, so his oldest son is Rhaegar.
And since Viserys is dead, it goes to Jon and skips Dany.
No. Viserys. That's not. They're not. No. They're cousins.
No.
Siblings.
No. Rhaegar, Viserys, and Dany are all siblings.
Yes.
So Rhaegar is killed. Then the next line would have been Varys, right? Whatever. Golden Pony Bitch Boy.
Yeah.
But he's dead.
Yes.
So then it goes to the next male.
But
correct?
it would go down if there was a living son. It would literally go down from Rhaegar to Rhaegar's son before it goes over to the brother.
Okay. I didn't know if that went that way or if it. Okay, gotcha. Which is interesting because I totally forgot, since it's been so long. I read this, but like I watched a couple videos and did some research again that brings about the part that what's his original wife's name, who had the two sons already, or the two kids already? Rhaegar's. The Dorne lady.
Lyanna.
No.
Elia.
Because in the second book, in the house of whatever that Dany goes into, the Undying, she has a vision of Rhaegar standing at a window and a woman in bed.
Yeah.
And he says there has to be one more. And if you look into the history, Ilya had a hard time with pregnancy. There was 2 years between the two kids because she was bedridden. And a maester basically forbid them from having another kid because it would kill her.
Yeah.
So there has to be one more. There has to be 3 heads to the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he claims Lyanna Stark as the Queen of Beauty in the tournament. And basically Ilya allows it to happen because she knows that there needs to be 3 dragons. And it's kind of like an open relationship at that point.
Right.
So you have to imagine that she knew this was happening. Like this wasn't like this big betrayal that we are all led to believe forever. That he just up and left his wife and kids for the next hot model. When it sounds like he's going so far to make sure there's 3 heads to the dragon, to an absurd scene. So it's just very interesting.
She's very interesting. Yes. Yeah.
But like, Sam totally brushes it off and goes to get books and leaves.
Yeah, and he leaves the fucking Citadel. He leaves Old Town. Where the fuck's he gotta go?
I don't know. Like, I was utterly shocked at this point. I was like, why are you leaving?
And what does he do when he finds out that Jon Snow is sided with Dany, but Dany literally burned his dad and brother?
Yeah, that's good. Well, he didn't really like his dad that much.
Well, yeah, no, his dad was a piece of shit, and like he didn't really like have super fond feelings of like his brother either.
But it's his dad.
But it's his dad and it's his brother.
Yeah, and then my favorite scene is Davos and Gendry coming up to meet Jon, and Davos is giving him like this temper. Is like, listen, he's the king of the north. We got a lot going on here. Your name is such and such. You're just a blacksmith. Doesn't need to know anything else. And then he goes to introduce him, and Gendry goes, my name is Gendry, and I am the bastard son of Baratheon, blah, blah, blah. It's like he has this big fanboy moment that I absolutely adore, because it's like...
It was awesome.
Again, we're following the superstars of Westeros right now, the main people. And for like Gendry, who's like, you're a bastard, and you're doing all this cool stuff. I'm a bastard. I could be doing cool stuff with you.
Could be doing cool stuff. Let's be bros. I want to marry your sister.
Cousin.
Well, cousin.
Yes.
Sister cousin.
Sister cousin. Well, then it was funny because I love knowing what they know and knowing what we know in the scene.
Right.
Where he's
right.
like, our dads were friends. This is great. They fought together. And they're like, yeah, that was kind of cool. And like they bond over it. And then you go, side note, our fathers were not friends. They kind of hated each other. And your dad killed my dad.
Yeah.
But it was just, I like that scene so much because it's like fanboy moment for Gendry.
Right. Was Robert wasn't still alive though when Ned was killed?
No, Robert was dead. But,
right.
But no, you're not thinking it through. Who is John's dad? Not Ned.
Oh, Rhaegar.
His dad, Robert, killed Rhaegar.
Oh, this is also true.
Yeah. So
I didn't think about it that way.
It's kind of neat. We're like, they fought a long battle together. No, they fought each other. And it's just like, oh, well. Well, but it's like, it still doesn't matter because, like, again, he's just like, oh my God, I'm so excited about meeting you. I'm coming with you. When instead we're getting up all this dragon glass and you're probably the best blacksmith in the whole Westeros. Why don't we have you making us Valyrian
Why aren't
steel?
you making the weapons?
Yeah.
Instead, you're going to drag his ass north and he's probably going to die.
Are we on to the super group? Is that it?
Yeah, we can talk about
Why do you hate the super group so much?
I hate the Brotherhood without banners.
Yeah,
it's such a waste of my
characters.
time.
You got the Hound there, and it's sweet. But like, okay, so Jon, Jorah the Explorer, Torment's Giant's Bane, the Brotherhood without banners, Gendry, and the Hound are all going White Walker hunting. Just wrap your mind around that. They open the wall and they go out, and I'm just like, this is like the super group. This is the Avengers right here of Westeros.
With the intention to just get one, capture
just to
one.
grab one. I'm like, this is the dumbest plan ever. What are you gonna do? Break its arms off and put it in its mouth?
How are you gonna get it there? How? That
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
This is gonna
That's
end
stupid.
bad. This is gonna end
This
bad.
is a really bad idea.
It's gonna end bad. And that was the episode. It like ends with them walking out.
Yeah.
It gets us to the next point. That's all it was.
And it had lots of information. It just didn't really have anything exciting.
Yeah.
Even Gendry got a rise out of me, and Gilly's little knowledge bomb got a rise out of me, and that didn't really.
Oh! I forgot my favorite line in the whole thing. With Jon saying, they're right, we're all on the same side together. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? We're all breathing. And you're just like, again, Jon's playing the big game.
Yeah.
Jon's not playing for the throne. Which is why, even though he's the rightful guy, he's not going to want the throne. He's going to be like, no, that's not
I don't
me.
think so either, but he might want to have sex with his cousin.
I want to have sex with his cousin.
Oh, well. It's a true Targaryen way.
In the true Targaryen way, they're all like, yeah.
I mean, realistically, at least they're cousins. As soon as Jaime and Cersei actually come out that they're having another baby together, but as like brother and sister, one is less incestual than the other.
Yeah.
Just a little.
What was it? What did Tormund
Well,
say?
and I'm wondering if they're just not going to reveal to the public that they are cousins. I almost wonder whether or not Bran's just going to keep himself secret. But
what was it? The Tormund's. You're talking to the queen with the dragons, or the one who fucks her brother. Tormund. Yeah. Oh God, Tormund better not. Oh, and he's like, how many men did you bring? Not enough. The strong lady.
What about the big lady?
Like Jon's almost cracking up. I was like, please don't kill Tormund. Like, Tormund's Giant's Bane needs to be the king's hand once Jon sits on the throne.
Dude, I'm a little pissed that, I mean, I'm not actually pissed because it'd be a bad idea, but I feel like Arya should be going up there.
Why would Arya is not prepared to fight an army.
Okay, but that dagger
right
is Valyrian steel.
Like, could you imagine?
Also,
Gendry needs
with
to make her a
dragon
needle.
glass. It's Valyrian steel with the dragon glass hilt.
Yeah, I'm just saying she needs to do, Gendry needs to make her needle with Valyrian steel. She's gonna slaughter so many people just by going.
So many people, but they'd have to find some sort of. I mean, or melt down that knife.
They have obsidian. They're mining obsidian. Obsidian with steel makes Valyrian steel.
No.
No, what are you talking about? No, what is that then?
It's supposed to be according to the last thing that I read, it's a combination of blood magic and dragonfire.
Oh, is it? I thought it was just
Yeah.
literally obsidian.
It's not. It's not. It's especially a special like working of the metal
Okay, then
that
I was
is
way wrong.
like forged with it was Valerian blood magic, and then all the Valerians were
was
killed.
used to make
And then
weapons.
imbued in
Magic
dragon.
and spells play a role in its forging, which makes the steel special and gives it magical characteristics. Oh, see, I just thought it was literally steel and obsidian mixed together. My bad.
I read sometimes.
Right, that's why we work together so well.
Yay!
But yeah, they have obsidian. They could make they could do something with it.
But they could make obsidian like daggers. They could make like what about like throwing stars,
They're gonna fuck up the army of the dead.
arrowheads.
And what's up with only being 4 whites? Is this like some Christian symbolism going on here? The army of the dead, the 4 horsemen, really? Like
Maybe.
it's like there's always 4 of them, including the Knight's King on a horse, and I'm just like. Anyways, that was the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Expect all kinds of fun stuff this week, including The Defenders, which we will be doing immediately because it comes out on Friday, and I will be binge watching that until there's no end.
I was really bummed because I was supposed to have Thursday and Friday off, so I could have literally spent all of Friday watching The Defenders, but then I just got screwed over by my boss. So I get to do it on my free time.
Woo. Good night.
What, Dad? Good night.